Every time we argued, my boyfriend grabbed a suitcase and threatened to leave until the day I finally told him, go. For 3 years, I lived with a ghost who was always 1 foot out the door. My name is Maya, and I work from home as a graphic designer, which meant I paid 90% of the bills. My boyfriend Cody was a freelance photographer, which was really just a fancy way of saying he slept until noon and played video games. At first, it was fine. I loved him, and I desperately wanted to believe in his art. But then, the duffel bag routine started. Anytime I asked for the bare minimum, it triggered an explosive, dramatic exit. I'd ask him to unload the dishwasher, and suddenly he'd be dragging his heavy canvas bag out of the hallway closet. Maybe I'm just a burden to you, he'd say, aggressively throwing socks into the bag. Maybe you'd be happier if I just left. The first time it happened, it broke my heart. I sobbed, stood blocking the front door, and begged him to stay. I apologized for nagging him, but he quickly realized those magical words were his ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card. Forgot my birthday? He'd pack the bag. Asked him to help with the light bill? He'd pack the bag. I was completely trapped in a cycle of walking on eggshells, terrified of triggering his departure. The illusion completely shattered on a Tuesday night. My senior rescue dog, Buster, started having a severe seizure. I was shaking uncontrollably, sobbing on the living room floor, and I yelled for Cody to pull the car around so we could rush to the emergency vet. Cody walked into the room, sighed heavily, and said I was being too loud and killing his vibe. Then, he walked straight to the closet and grabbed the duffel bag. While I sat there, clutching my dying dog, I watched him slowly, methodically, fold a graphic tee, and suddenly the fog lifted. I realized he didn't actually want to leave. He never had anywhere to go. He just wanted to punish me for daring to need him. I stopped crying. My voice dropped an entire octave, and I looked right at him and said, you know what? Take it. He froze, the shirt dangling from his hand. I grabbed his precious gaming console, shoved it into the bag, and pointed at the door. Get out, Cody! The panic in his eyes was instant. For 6 long weeks, my phone blew up. He promised he'd get a real job, go to therapy, and step up as a man. Against my better judgment, I agreed to let him move back, but only into the guest room. I set a hard boundary, 50-50 rent, mandatory couples counseling, or it was completely over. For 3 months, it was an absolute miracle. He worked full-time at a coffee shop, paid his half on the first of the month, and nodded along in therapy. I actually started trusting him again, until I came home early from a doctor's appointment. The guest room door was cracked open. He was on speakerphone, laughing with his buddy. I stopped breathing as I heard him say, yeah man, just a few more weeks of this therapy garbage. As soon as Emily's new lease starts, I'm moving in with her. I'm just playing nice with Maya, so I don't end up homeless in the meantime. He hadn't changed. He was just stalling. I wasn't his partner. I was just a free hotel, until his next reservation was ready.